Having said that, now you are in a case where you have an incredible player on an awful baseball team. And I can't stand the idea of handing an MVP to a great player just because he's a great player.
Canty and Carlin. Don't miss them weekdays on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus. Center all night. A reunion on Monday night as Russell Wilson returns to take on the Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks rush forward. They got a quick start. Russ throws the ball. He's going to open. Judy's open and makes the catch. Judy's still on his feet. Down the sideline. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
Mike Trout continues his quest for history.
Here's a ball that's lifted high and deep out into center field, and that one is Trouted here. Mike Trout has hit another home run. 7 straight games he's homered.
The Dallas Cowboys face a massive challenge in the absence of Dak Prescott.
I would go out and I would sign a free agent. If I was the Cowboys, I would not give up another draft choice because I think for them, they're on the outside looking in. And maybe they could steal a game or two here with Cooper Rush, but really tough road for them to hoe right now.
This is Sports Center all night.
Season's over for Dallas. That's what it means. You know, the coach is going to go in there. He's going to spin it a way different way. But to me, you lose your best player, Dak Prescott, on offense. There's no way in hell.
Here's Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Serious concerns in Dallas. Major League Baseball says, whoops, sorry, LA, our bad. And Jimbo Fisher wishes it was all good at A&M. Those stories still to come. But we start with the end of week 1 in the NFL.
Broncos at Seahawks.
Of course, we knew the storyline going into this one. Russell Wilson, now in a Broncos uniform, returning to Seattle to play his former team in his first game for his new team. And after Geno Smith leads the Seahawks to a touchdown on the game's opening possession, it would be Russell Wilson's turn to take the field. It was a little loud. It was, shall we say, not welcoming. He would lead the Broncos to a field goal on that opening possession. And then in the second quarter,
Seahawks rush forward. They got a quick start. Russ throws the ball. He's going to open. Judy's open and makes the catch. Judy's still on his feet. Down the sideline. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy, who did not have a touchdown reception last year. A 67-yard play, and the Broncos now down 10-9.
8:50 KOA. PAT is good, so the game was tied 10-10 at that point in the second quarter. But don't look now. But Seattle's Geno Smith was having a game for the Seahawks.
Second down and 6. Offset eye. Geno steps up in the pocket. Throws downfield. Parkinson. Touchdown! Seahawks! Geno Smith. An absolutely perfect pass down the seam to Colby Parkinson. A 25-yard touchdown. And Geno is just absolutely playing like a magician tonight.
Seattle Sports, 7:10 a.m. Seahawks with a 17-13 halftime lead. Denver opens the second half with the ball. 10-play drive, putting them at the 1.
He's been brought back in the shotgun with Gordon the single setback. 2 receivers near side. 12s are waving their towels. Handoff inside. Williams gets hit. Stood up. The ball came out. The ball came out. The ball came out. The Seahawks have it at the 10-yard line. The Seahawks defense holds. And the ball came out.
Seattle getting the ball back. And on their ensuing drive, they fumble. So it gives the ball back to Denver. Broncos again drive to the 1 yard line.
3rd and goal from the 1. Russ hands the ball off. The ball is out again, and the Seahawks fall on it. Williams fumbled. He's hit in the backfield. He fumbled. The ball is recovered by the Seahawks. Michael Jackson recovers the ball. The second time he's recovered in that end of the field. And the Seahawks defense stops Denver again. 3:02 to play in the third. Holy smoke, what a defensive stand.
Back-to-back drives where Denver fumbles at the goal line. Broncos do get a field goal with 6 minutes to go in the game, so they pull within 1, and then they hold Seattle to a 3-and-out. So Denver gets the ball back, 10 plays in roughly 4 minutes of game time, and with just over a minute to go, Broncos are facing a 4th and 5 at Seattle's 46. So what 4th down play does rookie coach Nathaniel Hackett have for the Broncos? Oh, wait, what?
This will be spotted at the Denver 46 near hash. This will be an attempt of 64 yards. Comes down to this. Seahawks teammates calling for noise. Snap, placement, kick on the way. It's got enough. It is no good. McManus wide left from 64 with 15 seconds left.
And with that, the Seahawks hang on for the win. That's how it sounded in Denver on 850 KOA. So hold that thought for a moment, because we'll start with the winner. Seattle wins at 17-16. Seattle 12-1 since 1999 in games decided by 1 point. Geno Smith, 23 of 28 in the win, 195 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He completed his first 13 passes on the night. After the win, our Lisa Salters caught up with him.
Geno, all you could do is watch from the sidelines as your defense went to work, but what were you thinking when that field goal attempt left his foot?
Man, a complete team win today. Complete team win. We didn't finish the way we like to, but that defense went out there and got it done. They won that game for us, and that's what we need all year. All the phases, we got to do it like that all year.
Everyone was talking about Russell, but this was your return tonight too. How was the night emotionally for you?
It's just another day. God is so good, man. It's just another day. Just another day in my blessed life.
You told us that all you wanted to do was go out and have fun, but what felt good to you?
Just playing. You know what I mean? 60 minutes of football, just being out here with the guys. This is a hard-fought game. Denver's got a great team. They're going to do great things all year. It's just the beginning for us, for our season, you know, and it's great to come out and get a win in front of our fans. They were electric tonight. They showed up all night, and we got to get back to work, though, man. That's all we got to do.
You're telling me just another game, but I can see the emotion on your face. Did you hear the Geno chants? How'd that make you feel?
Oh, no, I love those fans, man. Thank you, Seattle.
So for the folks you said had written you off, maybe, what do you say to them?
Yeah, they wrote me off. I ain't right back, though. That's the problem. I ain't right back. Let's go.
All right. Congratulations, Geno.
Thank you.
Geno Smith says he was written off, but he didn't write back. 195 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win. Oh, by the way, he also had 195 yards passing and 2 touchdowns in his last start. Week 8 victory against Jacksonville last season. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio. Now, Russell Wilson for Denver, 29 of 42, 340 yards passing. The 67-yard touchdown you heard. Loses his first start, though, since being traded by the Seahawks. And he was also on the sideline at the end of the game as Brandon McManus missed that 64-yard field goal wide left with 20 seconds to go. ESPN analyst Ryan Clark.
He has the leg, but he don't got the money. And I know that's not grammatically correct, but I'm not paying $256 million to kick a 64-yard field goal on 4th and 5 with a minute left. You go out and you get Russell Wilson for the first reason because eventually you expect to win a championship. But you get him for those moments. You get him to be in Seattle where you just got him from with an opportunity on 4th down to show you why he believes he's one of the best in the world. And if you're Nathaniel Hackett, you have to give Russell Wilson that chance. Imagine walking back into the locker room in Seattle after Russell Wilson has gotten you 4th and 5, then put you in field goal position to win a game when you don't play well. Right. I think that was the moment where guys needed to be able to walk into the locker room and say, oh, we got one. It's no more Teddy. It's no more Drew. We have a guy that can take us to the promised land. And Nathaniel Hackett stole that moment for him.
The emotion of that, I can imagine how it could be positive, but I also could see how it will get in the way. What's the key to that?
I think the emotion is good when your job is about physicality, right? When my job is about physicality and I can go out and almost be a brute, right? As long as I'm in the right spot and now I got to go be more physical than this guy, or I have to be able to take this guy, right? And so now I can focus on attacking. When you play quarterback, that's not really what it is. I actually don't want you amped up. I don't want you hyped. I want you focused. I want you understanding the decision making that is taking place. And I want you to be able to lead the team and you be calm. Right? And so now, so the other guys around are going to be fired up because they want to do well for Russell. So Russell needed to be that calming force. And I believe he played well enough, but he also didn't get a chance, I think, when he would have liked the football in his hands the most.
Broncos come up short. 6 straight losses now for Denver on Monday Night Football. Their last win came in 2017 against the Chargers. Have a feeling that this morning is going to be a good one. Reaction all morning. KJ and Max, 6 to 10 Eastern time. Greeny until noon. Mike Salk from Seattle Sports 710 a.m. will be here. He'll join KJ and Max 8:30 Eastern time here on ESPN Radio. Right now, Sports Center all night.
Dak Prescott, this is one of the best players in the league.
Got hit into the helmet or the hand of Shaq Barrett. He's out of the game.
And all of a sudden, now you're going to take him away.
Yes, he has an injury above his joint and his thumb up here.
And I wouldn't give up a 2nd or 3rd round pick for someone like Jimmy G or Tyler Huntley because I think right now it's really hard for them to control the line of scrimmage.
Bad news was first heard on 105.3 The Fan. Dak Prescott banging his hand in the 4th quarter of the Sunday Night Football game. He thought initially it was just jammed, but ultimately it was surgery on Monday, and he could miss upwards of half the season. ESPN insider Adam Schefter.
Dak Prescott got out of surgery on his fractured thumb. He's going to be out about 6 to 8 weeks or so, and that puts him on a timeline to be back potentially after the bye when the Dallas Cowboys play at the Green Bay Packers. Fractured his thumb against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, playing behind a reworked offensive line, missing Tyron Smith from the summer, and so they know that they're going to have to figure out a way without him. Cooper Rush is going to step in as the starter.
There's the surgery, and there's the rehab. 6 weeks may be optimistic. There are key elements when it comes to your throwing hand. ESPN analyst Robert Griffin III, who coincidentally suffered the same injury and has a pretty good idea of what Dak is now facing.
Well, guys, they don't call it grip it and rip it for no reason. If you cannot grip a football, that thumb is the most important part of your grip of the football. And he broke the thumb, not at the tip like I did in 2019. He broke it all the way down into this area. So you saw it after he made the throws in the game. He took himself out because he realized he had no control over the football. I don't know. What do you think, Steve?
You know what? It gets lower in the thumb. You don't get as much blood flow, too, to get that thing healed. So when they say 6 to 8 and they put a plate in there, I broke the tip of my thumb 30 days, just like you. 30 days in and out, we were fine. This is a problem. Yeah. And so if it's just the bone, but then what about ligament damage? If you're going to put a plate in and a pin, and you're throwing hand, I mean, look, luckily, they're in the NFC East. So it's no one's going to run away with it here.
That's the Hall of Famer Steve Young. Joke about that NFC East, but the Cowboys were the only team in the division that did not win in Week 1. Commanders, Eagles, Giants, all with victories on Sunday. As for Dallas, quarterback Cooper Rush will start. Coach Mike McCarthy says Dallas looking to add a 3rd quarterback. Earlier on KJ and Max, our Keyshawn Johnson.
The Cowboys are in trouble. I think they know that they're in trouble. They can smell it. But they are in trouble because in the offseason, they did not acquire a backup quarterback that would be sufficient enough if something like this would happen. Quarterbacks rarely play the entire season. That's why I always say, Max, backup quarterbacks at a premium. If you can get you one, you go and pay for that guy. That's what you do. Now you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys 6 to 8 weeks possibly with Dak Prescott. This is where we are with the Dallas Cowboys. Another dud season for them.
Keyshawn says Dallas is in trouble. ESPN analyst Louis Riddick says that may have been the case regardless of the quarterback.
No matter who they would bring in right now, and even if Dak Prescott was still healthy, they still are going to have a hard way to go until they get some more bodies at the wide receiver position that can help them produce explosive plays down the field by creating more separation in the passing game. Because CeeDee Lamb is just not enough. They need Michael Gallup back. They need James Washington back. They need these guys to play big and play like, guys who can really do some damage as far as one-on-one route running down the field. Because without it, Dak is just in a tough spot already. So what kind of spot do you think Jimmy Garoppolo or any other quarterback, Mason Rudolph, that you would bring in here via trade that doesn't really even know the offense, what kind of position do you think that would put them in? So look, either way right now, this is an issue that Dallas is facing that started in the offseason that really goes even well beyond what the backup quarterback situation here looks like. And I don't think no matter what they do, even when Dak comes back, this is going to be an uphill battle all year long for Dallas to try and come up with ways in order to score enough points to allow them to really be contenders in their own division, let alone in the conference. And I think you better get used to this roller coaster ride with this football team.
Dallas 0-1, last place in the division coming out of week 1. Major League Baseball is not perfect, and they admitted as much on Monday. That's next. SportsCenter all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Man, the Cowboys are in trouble because in the offseason, they did not acquire a backup quarterback that would be sufficient enough if something like this would happen.
The guys will be back Tuesday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. This is SportsCenter all night.
Stop buying tickets without rewards and start getting more.